This question states, a patient weighs 70 kilograms. How many pounds is this equivalent to? So it's important to remember your conversion factor in this case, which would be 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. Now in the exam, you might not have access to a calculator, so let's review how you would do this using your written math or your mental math. So to get from your 70 kilograms here to your pounds, we have the 2.2 here, so you will be multiplying by 2.2. So how would you multiply by a decimal in this case? So to start, we are going to pretend for a second that this decimal isn't here, because the multiplication begins the same way as if you did not have a decimal point. So let's do the math here. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 7 is 14. So put that there. We don't need to carry any numbers in this case because it's all over here. Now we have our 0 placeholder. We could cross out the 2 here because we're done with that step. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 7 is 14 again. So we've got that. And now we're going to add up our numbers here. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 0, 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then 1. So now we have this number here. But this looks way too big because we don't have a patient who weighs that many pounds, most likely. So we have to remember we did have a decimal point here, and now it's going to make more sense. So the decimal point is 1 digit. So that means that we're going to put that here, the 1 digit. So then we have our answer of 154 pounds, which is very close to right here. That's because the conversion of the 2.2 pounds probably has other digits tagged at the end. So it would be the equivalent of 154.32 pounds. Now here's another trick that could help you get to this answer quickly. If let's say maybe you don't remember how to do the multiplication by decimal point or you're pressed for time on the exam. So we have our factor, 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. So we know that 2.2 is somewhat close to 2. So kind of like 2, but in your head remember that it's a little bit more, but we're just using the 2 for now. So times 2, you might easily be able to do in your head doubling the 70. Doubling the 70 gets you to 140. However, we're keeping in mind that it's 2. We know 2.2, there's other stuff here. So we know it's not 140. We know it's higher than 140, but we know it's somewhere near there. So if you look at your choices, 154 makes the most sense. So not always the most reliable because you might have another choice listed here that might throw you off, but just something to consider as a test-taking strategy. And just to reiterate, to get from 70 kilograms to pounds, the correct answer would be 154.3 pounds, multiplying the kilograms by 2.2.